Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hello Word. I'm Alex, your host, and today we're diving into a word that might already feel familiar, especially if you're connected to the world of education or research. Our word of the day is academic. An academic is a person involved in education or scholarly work. You might hear this word in settings that deal with universities, research, or any place where knowledge and study play a big role. To put it simply, an academic is someone dedicated to learning, researching, or teaching in an educational setting. This could include professors, researchers, or even students deeply engaged in their studies. You might picture an academic as someone who spends a lot of time reading, discussing ideas, or conducting experiments and investigations. In everyday language, you might hear someone say, "She's an academic at a well-known university," meaning that she works in education or research there. Now, let's talk synonyms. Words like scholar, educator, and intellectual share similar meanings. For example, if someone says, "He's a respected scholar in the field of history," they're saying he's highly knowledgeable and likely engaged in serious study or teaching in that area. Or you might hear, "She's a lifelong educator," meaning she's dedicated to teaching and educational work, much like an academic. And intellectual can describe someone who thinks deeply and engages in scholarly or serious discussions, such as the conference brought together the country's leading intellectuals. On the flip side, we have antonyms, words with opposite meanings. These include layperson and amateur. A layperson is someone who doesn't have professional knowledge in a specific field. For instance, as a layperson in medicine, I can only guess what this research means, highlights that the person doesn't have the expertise of an academic. And amateur describes someone who does something for enjoyment rather than professionally. For example, "He's an amateur historian," tells us he studies history as a hobby, not as an academic. So, how does academic fit into our daily conversations? If you're talking about someone's job or background, you might say, "She's an academic with a focus on environmental science." Or, in a more general context, the academic year starts in September for most universities, referring to the school year. You could also say, "The debate attracted a lot of academics," suggesting that many people involved in education or scholarly work attended. To wrap up, academic is all about people engaged in learning, teaching, or researching. We've covered synonyms like scholar, educator, and intellectual, along with antonyms such as layperson and amateur. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. It really helps others find the show. And here's a challenge. Try creating your own sentence using academic and share it in the comments. I can't wait to see what you come up with.